welcome to In the Green with BNI. How are you doing today, Paul?
I'm doing fantastic.
Oh,
How are you doing, Felicia?
I'm doing great. Did you wear that green shirt today for our In the Green show?
Today, I'm officially in the green.
Officially in the green.
That's probably too much.
Never too much, never too much. And so I am so excited because we have Teresa on the show today. Welcome, Teresa.
Hey, how are you, Felicia?
I am doing well. We
So,
are so excited to hear about your business in essential oils. But before we go too deep, tell everybody a little bit about you.
oh my goodness, that's kind of a loaded question. So I tried to keep it to the simple bullet points. Although life is not simple, is it? I have been married to my best friend, my favorite person. His name is Tim. He's also like the craziest person I know. But we've been married just over 27 years. We have 6 kiddos. Our oldest is 25. Our youngest is 13. People would often ask me how I did it with that many kids. And I would just say, that's how you mother 6 children. 5 of them I pushed out myself. 1 of them grew in my heart and we adopted. And I consider myself an educator. I love to be with people. I love to communicate with people and help them get their aha moments about things in life. And because of that, I have been able to achieve the rank of gold with Young Living. And I joined BNI in 2019 to continue to help reach further. So is that quick and easy enough?
Oh, absolutely. So you with being in BNI, we like to find out, so what are the core values that we have in BNI? Which one's your favorite?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I like them all. And I kind of knew you were going to ask me this, and yet it stumps me. I guess I would have to say giver's gain. That's probably what ultimately drew me in.
The Giver's Game one, yes, we do love that one, and it's absolutely one of our first ones. So it's the
Yeah,
reason why it is, right?
that's exactly right. That's what BNI is built on. So giver's gain is what tipped me over for sure.
Absolutely.
So, Teresa, before we get too much into personal, tell us a little bit about how you've seen Giver's Gain be a part of your BNI experience so far.
Well, it's just kind of like this natural unwritten law that when I give, I receive. Now, what you have to know about me is Jesus is my jam. And so everything for me has to go back to the Bible, right? Everything makes sense for me in Jesus, right? And so he gave so I could receive. So it just makes sense that when I give, I receive. But even people that Jesus isn't their thing, they still find that it is this unwritten law that when they give, eventually it comes back to you. It's like this boomerang effect. So everything in BNI, the more referrals I give, the more support I give to my teammates, it just eventually just comes back. I think people almost sometimes feel obligated to give back, and that's okay. We can play the obligation card if we need to, but when we give, ultimately we will receive.
Absolutely. I love that. So I know I've had several one-to-ones for you, so I'm a little privy to this story as to how you got into essential oils. But I would love for you to share, what is it that inspired you to do this?
Well, I mean, really what inspired me to try oils was 2 pesky girlfriends that kept pestering me about trying these things that I honestly thought was like this new age, get thee behind me type of things. I wasn't interested, but Felicia, you know, and maybe Paul, you do too. When a friend keeps saying, you got to try this stuff, eventually you give in, right? That's that obligation card and you give it a try. So that's ultimately how I got started. Lo and behold, they were right. So then when we started using oils, I was a closet user for about 3.5 years. Through that time, like there were things that we were seeing results, but we didn't really dive in deep until my girl, this is our adopted daughter, Ruth. Sorry. Every once in a while, this girl just hits me, you know?
There's no apology necessary. That just shows the passion that you have for this.
All kinds of mental and emotional, I'm going to say handicaps, if you will. not as a result of being adopted. Being adopted is a joy, it's a blessing, and adopting is a joy and a blessing, but because of the legacy that was handed her, right? And so there were all these different things going on in her life. And at one time she was on 5 different meds, and she's holding those bottles there in that picture. And so it was in 2014 that we decided to really dive in. We'd experienced enough of the benefits with oils to be willing to take a risk that maybe there's something to these things, like even more than what we have already realized, and we can help her. So she's holding this picture with the biggest smile ever, because these are the medications that we were able to help her be able to get rid of. She is now med-free. She is now therapy-free. She now has a normal diet. All these different things that parents will try with special needs kids, we did all of them. And none of them, like we'd see a little bit of results, but if you have any experience with mental and emotional issues, you know that they kind of morph. And so you think you found the magic button, and then lo and behold, something else comes about. And so oils was the final thing, the final piece to her healing, if you will, to be able to be in control of her own heart and mind and the peace in her life and in her home. So that is probably the biggest thing that oils have done for us. And that's why I put on there, I pound the table for oils. So that was what really got us into, like, this is now a lifestyle for us. Mm-hmm. And then I'll just keep going if that's all right. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So the other image on there is I'm sorry, backslide.
Oh.
That's our youngest daughter. She's now 13. When she was about 5, she had this unexplained bloating. So she saw the picture the other day when I was putting the slides together, and she said, "Mom, I look pregnant." And yeah, she did. And the doctors were stumped. We had all the tests, all the tubes put down, all the different things. And there's something called an ITOV scanner that basically it's kind of like the lie detector test. It electromagnetically asks your body questions and then makes suggestions for oils or supplements. So we had our little girl do this 5-minute test. Lo and behold, it showed what we needed. And in 2 days, something we'd been struggling with for about 4 months, in 2 days, the bloating had gone down and she was able to live a normal life. So those are our biggest personal experiences. But the other reason of why I pound the table for oils is simply because I love helping people break free of their own mess in their own life. There's nothing like that. It's just like an adrenaline rush. So those are my things why I pound the table.
Absolutely. And like I said, I can feel the passion that you have for this. I didn't know about the bloating story, so that is new. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yes.
So with that and all the information you got going on, like, I've heard the word essential oils, and I think a lot of people have may have heard it, but don't really know what it is. So what is the best way for people to learn about essential oils?
It's a big what, it's a big how, and it's a big why. So really probably the best thing to do is do some research online as to which companies really truly produce authentic essential oils. So we hear the term essential oils, we go to some box store, we pick them off the $3 shelf, right? Like, oh, it smells good. And we think we've got essential oils. No, you really don't. You have what we call an adulteration or a filler of essential oils. Essential oils should be the immune system of a plant and nothing else. Unfortunately, the common consumer doesn't realize that they can pick up a bottle of oil and it can say 100% pure, and they're allowed legally to label it as such, but only 5% of the bottle is the real immune system of the plant. 95% of the bottle can be some filler or adulteration, right? So do some research and then tiptoe in rather than dive in. Once you're certain you have an authentic essential oil, begin to use. There's no denying the benefits that you will receive. Of course, I would love to be your girl. I love this. As you can tell, I'm passionate about this. I would love to help you get the truly authentic essential oils that are available and then use them appropriately.
One of the things that I think is so great about what you said too is the way I've experienced you, Teresa, is you do know a lot about essential oils. And you know a lot about areas in healing. But part of the benefit of working with someone like yourself, and even specifically yourself, is you help give a lot of guidance to people like myself who know nothing, right? And so, we experienced that even just recently again, being able to ask questions and have somebody who can give really good answers, and just give some of the information around how do you actually use these things and what's the right way to use them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I've had people ask me how can I keep answering questions and how am I okay? And don't people just almost like knock your door down? But here's the thing. I feel that if I do a good job educating them, it's just going to be a short while that they ask questions. After that, they spread their wings, right? And so they don't need me, quote unquote. I'm always there, but they don't need me. I feel my job is to educate and empower. So yeah, but thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. That is definitely one of the differences. It's just like if you're experiencing something, you're like, I wonder if there's an oil for that. And it's just like being able to contact you and you're like, absolutely, try this. Well, I definitely support it. And as you can see, you can even look at past episodes. I've had my oil diffuser, and this is the one that I have, Abundance. Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
So, for the queen.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I need some more of that abundance in my life too. Come on now.
Get you some oil. Get you some oil and put it around in your area. Absolutely. So Teresa, so with that, when people start thinking about BNI, you're talking to someone, what would you say when they say, why should I invest my time and money being a part of BNI?
Well, I want to very quickly just say, why shouldn't I? But I can say that now because I've been involved, right? So why should you invest your time and your money in BNI? Because when you apply the principles that they teach you, it works. You get what you pay for with your finances, with your time, and with your energy. You get it back. And I sort of say double, but no, it's way more than that actually. So you invest your time and your money and your energy into BNI because it grows you as a person and it grows you as a business and it grows you in your relationships. There's just so many benefits to it.
Absolutely. Well, you are definitely one of our fabulous members. You're actually the president of Powerhouse. So shout out to the Powerhouse chapter. And this is one of our favorite parts of the show where we say, Teresa, you are officially in the green. Congratulations so much.
Guys.
If you are interested in finding out more about BNI and love the idea of being in the green as well, just like Teresa, Felicia, and myself, just take out your phone, point it at the QR code on the screen, and that'll take you right to our website where you can learn more about how to get involved in BNI in your local area, no matter where you are in the world, actually, but at least in the United States. And also, if you are already a BNI member and you'd like to learn more about how do I get in the green with BNI, we would love to get more involved with you. So just send a note to either one of the emails on the screen, and either Felicia or myself would love to help you be in the green as well. So for In the Green with BNI, I've been Paul Kroger.
I'm Felicia Johnson.
And I'm Teresa Gaikema.
And this is In the Green with BNI.